First off, on my vlog, What We Do When the Tears Flow, where I show the raw frustrations of chronic illness, thank you so much for all of the love and kind supportive words and encouragement. I really appreciate that. Secondly, I gotta tell you all about the craziness of last night. So I started feeling better with my POTS in the late afternoon, but my body's an asshole and I had an angioedema attack, unfortunately. We aborted it with IV Benadryl, but afterwards I just feel so terrible from them that I just had to come and sleep for a really long time afterwards. And I still feel exhausted from the angioedema attack, but my POTS is doing better today. So I'm gonna take the battles that I do win and celebrate those. Last night though, I really needed a shower. I hadn't been able to take a shower the past few days because my POTS was really bad, and when I'm that dizzy, I could slip and fall super easily and hurt myself in the shower. So I was stuck using shower wipes, but last night really needed one, so Judd helped me into the tub. I was sitting on my stool and I thought to myself, how terrible would it be if my port got wet? Then I looked down at my port. It got wet. It got soaked. So I called for Judd to help me back out of the tub. I had to take that needle out even though I had just done my weekly needle change that morning. And I asked Judd if he'd be willing to do the needle change for me because I wasn't feeling well, and he said yes. He did sterile protocol beautifully, but he didn't put the needle in straight, so the needle didn't work. And that was his first time ever changing my needle. When I had nursing teaching me how to do my port care, they told me, all right, you're clear to access and de-access. Make sure you teach Judd because he's gonna need to do it for you when you're not feeling well. And I never got around to teaching him because I'm a control freak and I want to do my own changes. But last night was a perfect example of why he needs to know how to do it. So from now on, we're going to have Judd do my needle changes so he can get practice. And after a few times, he'll be able to do it as easily as I do it. So then we had to take that second needle out, and then I had to do it myself, which was difficult because I wasn't feeling well. But obviously the needle's in, everything worked out fine. It was just a long night. I mean, I was so exhausted, I fell asleep with my contacts in, and I haven't made that mistake since middle school, so it was a crazy night, but I'm just thankful everything worked out. It's also supposed to be infusion day. I usually do it Tuesday, Thursday, and a day out of the weekend, but I have IVIG for the first time on Saturday, and they say the more hydrated you are, the less likely you are to get side effects. So I want to arrange it so I can infuse the day before and the day after my IVIG infusion. So this week I'm doing my schedule Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. Harlow, speak! Speak! Okay, good girl. So the whole deal with Harlow barking on command is it's actually a task we are working on to help me with my disabilities. If I'm ever down in public or having an angioedema attack and I need to attract attention to me, even if it's like Judd is downstairs and I'm upstairs, Harlow barking will attract attention. And she's such a quiet dog though, so teaching her to bark on command has been a long process, but we're making progress with it every day. So today is prep day for Harlow's raw meals. We got her chicken here, the scale. We put out the ground beef, the veal, and chicken hearts to thaw, but we forgot to thaw out the kidneys and liver. They can still be frozen for me to cut them up, but they have to thaw to at least some degree. They're like, the bags are frozen together. So I'm gonna let this thaw out a little bit in the cold water, and then I will get to prepping. So I'm gonna put everything back in the fridge. You ate breakfast, don't act like you're hungry. Time for Harlow's bone component. Leave it. Watch me. Okay. I feed it to her outside just so she doesn't mess up the carpets. There she goes. Also, and this is just how I do it, I think it's super important to leave your dog be. Don't hover on them when they're eating a bone, because if I do that, Harlow might feel the need to scarf it down, and that could get dangerous. She eats her bones very carefully and slowly, and I think that's because I just leave her alone. And of course, I'm supervising her while she eats it through the sliding glass door. And I only give her raw bones because cooked bones can splinter and cause damage as they eat it. You happy with that bone? Okay, the meat has thawed enough, so I'm gonna start prepping. I follow BARF protocol, biologically appropriate raw fed. Everybody does raw a little differently, and this week I am adding in variety. So for her 80% meat component, she's getting chicken, ground beef, and veal, and chicken hearts. For her liver component, which is 5%, she's getting cow liver. For her other type of organ component, she's getting pork kidney, and then for her bone component, well, she got pig's feet, and I'm hoping I can find something else to add in there too. The cow's feet did not work out. So let's get started with prepping. Kidneys are up first, and she gets 0.6 ounces in each little baggie. Kidneys are done, and now the liver. She also gets 0.6 ounces of liver in each bag. Are you supervising me? The liver is done, thank goodness. I think that's the grossest part of all this. And I have re-cleaned my station. It is time for her 10 to 11 ounces of meat, which is going to be chicken breast, which she's had before, and ground beef, which she's had before. She tolerates both of those really well. The veal and chicken hearts are new, so I'm gonna make baggies that introduce those slowly. And let's get started. Harlow, you wanna be a taste tester? Sorry, pup, doesn't work like that. Ta-da, prep is finished. That made 14 individual meals, enough for a week, and this is leftover meat. The extra meat is stored in the freezer until the next prep day next to her bones, and all her meals are also stored in the freezer. As you can see, space is kind of an issue, so that's why I only prep a week in advance. And Harlow's supervised the entire time. I am really sore from doing that prep. Using my arms to move the meat and cut really exacerbates the pain in my neck from my Ehlers Danlos Syndrome, and standing there and prepping just makes me really fatigued and makes my other joints hurt. I cannot do all that in one go. I cannot stand or even sit there and prep the meat all at once because my body just can't handle it, so I take several breaks. It took me about 2 hours to do that because of how slow I move and all the breaks I had to take, but that's fine, it's not a race. I also washed my hands several times, cleaned my working space several times, and cleaned meticulously everything else when I'm done. And if you want to learn about why I'm doing raw and the benefits I see in Harlow, there's a link in the description to my last prep vlog, and there's also a link to Janice's YouTube channel. She's the one who taught me how to do raw, and she makes a lot of videos about raw, so you can learn more there. Now I'm gonna go lay on my heating pad and rest a bit. I am so glad I rested because my pain levels were getting pretty high, but now it's manageable. I have just spent about an hour on the computer trying to fix my YouTube issues. So there's something called monetization, and that's what allows you to put ads on your channel. I had ads for a little bit, and then suddenly it became disabled, and it's so frustrating. I mean, I am disabled, I cannot work, so the thought of earning, you don't make a lot of money at all, but it was something, right? And that was a nice thought to me, and now it's disabled. It has to be a glitch because I have no strikes on my channel, no misconduct, and I'm trying to email support, but I don't have that option either, so I think that is a glitch too. So I'm trying to figure it out. If any of y'all know about YouTube and monetization, maybe leave me a comment and you can help me out, but we'll just see what I can figure out. Anyways, I'm about to do a live stream on my Instagram by myself for the first time. I get nervous doing them, and I usually always do them with somebody like Judd or Janice, but it's my first one doing it by myself. I'm gonna kind of ask for like a focus group type thing. I think that's the right word, because I'm gonna start taking notes down for my Harlow video that I'm doing so people can watch this video and learn about Harlow's job and whatnot. And I wanna know what the people want in it to make sure I don't miss anything. So I'm about to do that right now. Kind of nervous. It's kind of like a spur of the moment type thing I'm doing. That live session went really well. I'm proud of myself for doing it, even though nobody else was here to do it with me. Judd's home. Who's that? Judd's home, and he's gonna help me up.
Yeah, this is what cops do. Help people up, of course.
If you were part of the live session, you'll know that one of my ribs went where it shouldn't have. It's part of my Ehlers Danlos Syndrome. My joints often dislocate like that, but it's back where it needs to be. It's just pretty sore, so now I need to definitely like rest and take it easy, so I'm gonna do that now. So one of my lower ribs came out of place, and that one we took care of, but my top rib comes out of place a lot, and it wasn't going back in. And so back when I was in physical therapy, my PT would push it in and it hurt a lot, but she told me how to do it, so I just told Judd how to do it, and Judd just put my rib back in place for me.
Just racking up my knowledge of stuff that I can do.
Oh man, it hurts so much when it's being pushed back in, but as soon as it goes back, I get so much relief, so.
Did not hurt me at all.
Oh, great, babe.
Completely fine during all of that.
Thanks, babe. And then he was like, now go make me a sandwich.
Hungry.
I'm hungry too. I'm gonna go make some sandwiches. Feels so much better though. Thanks, babe.
Welcome.
A sandwich for Judd. I had 2 Cheetos and now I'm not hungry anymore.
Pathetic.
Shut up.
Oh, it looks amazing.
Yay. Harlow's dinner with all her new stuff. Well, I'd say she loves that. She usually takes the vegetables out, eats the meat, and then eats the vegetables. Yep, there she goes. So as I was making Harlow's food, I started to get a little bit shaky. So I'm gonna check my blood sugar and just see where it's at. I don't think it should be low because I just had 2 Cheetos, like literally 10 minutes ago. Whole swab. Test strip. Blood. Shaking too much. 73. That is an okay number, but I tested previously when I was shaky like this, and I was at 76, I believe. So maybe, even though this is an okay number, my body's just like, hey, you should eat something, which wouldn't be bad. Again, I'm going back to my doctor to discuss whether my gastroparesis is just causing malnutrition issues to get me shaky like this, or if it's causing blood sugar issues to get me shaky like this. And that's why I'm taking my blood sugar when I get shaky like this, to give us more information about my symptoms. So that shaky episode I had earlier tonight was not as bad as they usually get, but I still checked my sugar because I'm gathering information that I can bring to my doctors so we can get more info on my gastroparesis and see what's going on. If you happen to be in the live I did today, thank you for joining. And if you gave me info about what you wanted to see in Harlow's YouTube video, thank you. If you have any new things that you want to see in Harlow's YouTube video about, it's really about her being like what she does for me as my service dog and frequently asked questions I get about Harlow. So if y'all have anything you want to see in there, just leave me some info in the comments. And that's it for tonight. Thank you so much for joining us on our adventure. We hope you'll have a great night.